Jai Hind students, today we will discuss our chapter number 6, that is learning. Learning may be defined as any relative permanent change in behavior potential produced by experiences. We take an example here, like in a childhood we never write something or speak something, but with the time and past experience we are able to write and speak also, na? That is a behavior potential. Like in initial stage we never walk, but right now we are able to walk and run also. Change due to practice and experiences which are permanent is a learning. The features of learning: the first feature of the learning is always involves some kind of experiences. With the experiences we learn all the things. Second feature is a learning involve a sequence of psychological event. We take an example, like when we learn how to write something, then first of all we hold a pencil and draw a straight line, sliding line. After that we start curve, and now we are able to write something. These are the sequential psychological event. Without psychological events, yeah, sequence we never write, yeah, we never happen with some events. After that we will discuss the paradigms of learning. Paradigms of learning is also called the type of learning. Learning take place in many ways. Some are used for acquisitions of simple responses and some for complex responses. Simple form of learning is called conditioning. And type of conditioning, what is first is the classical conditioning, second is the operant conditioning. In a classical conditioning, firstly we discuss the classical conditioning invented by the Ivan Pavlov in 1904. In classical conditioning, we use involuntary response in every human being. And what is the involuntary response? Which is not our control. Like blinking your eyes, heartbeat is not my control. All are the conditioning stimulus, yeah, conditioning response. And after that, in a classical conditioning, we can take two stimulus and create an association. One is a conditioning stimulus and second is a natural stimulus, is also called a unconditioning stimulus. The experiment done on the dog. And in a classical conditioning also sees a SS conditioning, yeah, Pavlov conditioning. After that we will discuss about the operant conditioning. Is a learning through reward and punishment to modify behavior. Operant conditioning, sometimes called instrumental conditioning or a SR conditioning. Gain two type of consequences that guide your operant conditioning. Application of operant conditioning. Teacher and parents can use operant conditioning to help children and students develop good habits. For example, a teacher might use stick to lead up a bigger reward, or a parents might give a child a reward for a well behaved. Here we discuss some natural phenomena about the conditioning. Here is a before conditioning. Firstly, we present a food that is called US, yeah, unconditioned stimulus. After the food presentation, the dog responds to salivation, that is an unconditioning response. During conditioning, firstly we would use the sound of the bell plus food. Food is unconditioning stimulus and sound of the bell is conditioning stimulus. And the result is salivation on the unconditioning response. It is a new stimulus. New stimulus influence behavior throughout the process of learning. It is said that stimulus discrimination has been learned when a response is more likely to occur in the presence of specific stimulus. Stimulus generalization occurs when an individual responds in some way to a stimulus that is similar to the original stimulus. process of unlearning is a very important topic. Extension is the respect of defined as a removal of an aspect of the environment. That is a unlearning behavior. Of unlearning behavior, the concept is basis of the Bandura social learning theory. Limitation is another form of learning. It is also known as observational learning. The reinforcement provided by parents and their children to grow and ensure your action to motivate your modeling also. What is verbal learning? Verbal learning object and event in term of word is called verbal learning. It can be done through a method of pairing association learning, serial learning after free recall. The main determination of verbal learning are meaningfulness of the material, time devoted to the learning, and categorize clustering mean the subjective organization, and that is transfer of learning is a way through which one can transfer learning skill from one situation to another related situations. Skill are acquisition throughout the following stages. One is cognitive, association, and autonomous. Factor affecting of the learning. One is motivation, reinforcement, and the mindset of the learner.